Oh,
which means good morning.
a grand rising. We're gonna
Grand rising. I
shift
like
the
that.
energy and grand rising because the words are so powerful, right?
Yep.
We don't want to be good morning, everyone.
Oh,
Grand
good
rising.
morning.
Grand rising sounds way more powerful.
I love your t-shirt, by the way. Can you just give us a little bit more of a flash? I am an unstoppable woman. Woohoo! Love
Woohoo!
it.
Because we're still hot. We are still hot.
We're always hot.
We're always hot. Okay, so who are we? We are Anita and Cheryl with All in Alignment, creating sacred spaces. And we tune in every Friday morning to have fun. Fun Shui Friday.
Fun Shui Friday.
And we use, the personal paradise card deck by our friend, teacher, mentor, Catherine Collins.
Yay!
Yay, yay, yay.
I believe, and I could be incorrect, wasn't Tara's birthday in October? Did we miss her birthday?
Oh, we missed her birthday. Okay, Tara. You know what? She's so private, though.
Yes. Well, we'll say happy birthday to her for the month of October sometime in there.
Yeah. I should have that in my calendar, but I don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, good morning, Paula. Good morning, Kathy. Come on in, everybody. And I just have to raise my cup. Cheers to my amazing, beautiful friend, partner, Cheryl. Because I'll tell you what, she spent hundreds, I'm going to say hundreds of hours creating the content for our event, Power of an Unstoppable Woman. I mean, she created this amazing guidebook, workbook that every attendee got, and it was absolutely phenomenal. She created all of the Facebook posts. She created all of the media content for our speakers and vendors. And I mean, there was so much work that went on behind the scenes for this event. And cheers to you, because you know what? We did it. Yes, we did it. And we're so, we're still basking, in the beautiful energy and the connection and the love. And it was already a week ago.
I know.
I know. Like, what?
I was thinking about that this morning. And by the way, kudos to you too, because it wasn't just me doing all this stuff in the background.
Just say thank you. I receive it. Remember?
Thank you. You're right. Okay. I received that.
Thank you.
And at the same time, kudos to you, because you did everything on the website, on the landing pages, the constant connection. It wasn't my phone going crazy every day, constantly, all day, with questions and messages from speakers and vendors and all of that. So, you deserve accolades here. This was absolutely a partnership, my friend. And
yes, it was. And
countless hours too.
Thank you. I'll receive that. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what? We have, we've got plans for next year already in the works, circulating. We have people that put up their hand already. Kathy is going to join us from Alaska for 2024. Paula's already said she's joining us. So that's really exciting.
It is very exciting. It is and we're very appreciative for that, because it means we've done something that's powerful.
Yes.
That we're attracting powerful women already. So yay, let's keep that momentum going.
Yeah, right, Sharon's with us. Okay.
Three cards already. Like bam, bam, bam.
Of course.
First
and I'm interested to know what they are, because look at Cheryl and I both, again, popped on here today. We're both wearing black with a little touch of pink. So that,
long, dangly earrings.
We needed that water energy to kind of like,
long dangly earrings,
Yeah.
and both
Water.
had pink glasses. We don't plan.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't plan it. Of course not.
So the first card that came up is the number 19 card, ceilings.
I like it.
And you're going to laugh at the next two. We're both wearing water. Well, guess
Yep.
what came up to balance? Number 24, the stove.
Number 24, the stove.
And number 23, kitchen.
And the kitchen.
And I'm pretty sure I know why the kitchen came up, because this morning when I got up and did my meditation, I looked around my kitchen and went, oh God. There's boxes and bags and stuff everywhere from the weekend. And we started our 21-day decluttering program last night.
Perfect.
So,
Opportunity to take a before picture and an after picture,
be
right?
taking before pictures, absolutely, because it is, yeah, boxes and bags everywhere. Because I mean, it was just a few days ago, and we continue going forward, and work doesn't stop, and so, which is a good thing.
Yep. Life still happens over here.
Continues. So
okay, well, ceiling, stove, and kitchen.
Well, ceilings to me represents that sometimes they're self-imposed. And I think with this event last weekend and with the response we've already had for next year's event, let's remove that self-imposed ceiling.
Yes. Yeah, everything and anything is possible. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many amazing things that happened last weekend.
Right.
And the week before, and everything kind of leading up to and accumulating to that. But it's also, I think, a reminder, a card that came up to bring us back down to ground us, right? That's kind of what I'm sensing, that we both need to be grounded, because we've been up here all week.
We've definitely been flying.
Yeah, and likely some of our attendees as well. And so it's about, okay, let's just come back down here for a minute and have a look around, what's in this space, right? This is the prime real estate right here.
Exactly.
And then, like you say, when you got up to get your coffee this morning, there's the kitchen screaming at you, and possibly the stove and whatever. But it's also, taking back that power and coming back into that home environment, having that appreciation and that gratitude that we have a beautiful kitchen to cook in, prepare our meals, our stove, so that in turn is going to bring our family unit together, right? And we've just finished Thanksgiving. Our US friends are getting ready for their Thanksgiving in a few weeks. So, that has a lot to do with it. And just like, we were getting ready for this event, I had used the analogy of us getting ready to prepare the turkey dinner for Thanksgiving, right? So in your kitchen, when you're creating something, when you're getting ready for something, it can look like chaos, right? There can be the cupboards open, and you got a pie in the oven, and the turkey and the this, and the potatoes are boiling over, and you're trying to set the table, and there's stuff everywhere, right? So there's chaos, and you get caught up in that chaos, and then the creation, the end result is this beautiful meal, and everybody's happy, and then then you do the cleanup and you put it all away, right?
For sure.
So I think the combination of all of those cards is again reminding us that it's okay to sometimes have that chaos, and it could be happening for you and I right now. It's happening in our office.
Absolutely.
But we know
Yeah.
that that chaos is the result of our creation,
True.
right? Because we were in creation mode.
Mhm.
And so the important thing here is that that chaos is not allowed to remain in our home environment for an extended period of time.
Yeah. Well, and I
So
know that
here,
for
yeah,
me, I'm just going to add to that. I know that for me, because my home environment is usually my calm space, that a little bit of chaos probably affects me even more, maybe not, than those that are used to having busyness around them. I'm used to a very calm environment. So
mhm,
being in that really affects me.
yes. And you know what? For some people, this is an opportunity to put on your feng shui eyes
Hmm.
and ask yourself the question, am I living in chaos for an extended period of time? And in what area of my home?
Hmm.
And how is that affecting not only me, but the people around me or the other occupants of the home,
For sure.
right?
For
Mhm.
sure. For sure. So
Yeah, and I really do, yeah, these cards, like I say, they all came up all for a reason, and some of it is the result of our event, some of it's the result of our 21-day decluttering program that we started last night.
mhm.
Oh, it's going to be shifting, holy shifting for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Already it's totally shifting for a lot of people after last night's class.
yeah, after one, yeah, and it's gonna shift for us too, right?
Yes. Always
Um,
does. It always does, because we go along with the participants.
mhm,
We do the work. We continue to do the work because, quite frankly, there's always something to be worked on.
right. Because I mean, we are, you know what? We are just evolving. We're evolving humans. We're evolving women. We're just constantly evolving, growing, changing, shifting, all of those things.
And I'm just going to say that even though we started it last night, if this is calling to you, there's still time to register.
Mhm. Yes, there is.
We won't let that
And
happen after
and
the
we
weekend, but
actually did a special pricing
mhm.
that we're never going to see that pricing for this program again.
No.
So just saying,
Actually, we had one of the speakers. What did she comment yesterday? Are you kidding me?
yeah. Well, yeah, she wanted to pay yesterday's price for
Next week.
2024. No, sorry, that's not the way it works in our world.
Yeah.
And again, there's that ceiling card, right?
Yeah.
So Cheryl and I have, we're starting to elevate
Mhm.
and reach new heights,
Mhm.
right? Because now we have more confidence in our abilities, and we have, we have, started to step into our power as unstoppable women and recognize that the contribution that we are sharing has significant value.
It does.
So there
It
we are.
does. Yay for us.
So good morning, Wendy. Next year, Wendy's going to join us, I know. Selena, I just want to read this comment. Love it. Thank you, beautiful soul. She says, it's natural to feel somewhat homesick as well after an event like that. I always struggle with, after a large high energy event, to come back to reality. That's that coming down for the ground. I miss the humans and how we treat each other and the space to be authentic without worry, etc. Going back into the world can be uncomfortable. Great point. And guess what? We have created a Facebook group for
Unstoppable.
the unstoppable women, and so that we can extend this energy, that it doesn't have to just stop after the event. So anyways, watch for an email on that to all of those people.
Right, that was one of the comments, is there wasn't enough time to connect with everybody. So all right, let's take that. So for those that said I didn't have enough time to connect with everybody, let's connect on this group. That's the whole point of it. So we can continue with those connections, continue building those relationships and those friendships, that the one thing we have in common, right? We have that ability. It's whether or not we choose to step into that ability. Right?
Yeah, and the ceiling, like you say, the ceiling is your ceiling, right? Nobody else's. Nobody else's. Yep.
They're self-imposed.
Yep.
We either allow it or we disallow it. And when we allow it, we're not stepping into our power.
And I have to also say that for those of you that, like Kathy, who've raised their hand, said, yes, I'm in for next year, we'd absolutely love for you to join that Facebook group. And it's called Power of an Unstoppable Woman. Oh, surprise. And it will be, I don't know, it's going to be it's a public group until Sunday. So if you think you'd like to be part of that, because we have some, we have some ideas. I haven't ran it by everyone yet, but I'm sure that they're going to, come to fruition. It's going to be a great group to belong to. So anyways.
Yes. Cool. All right. So let's get back to the cards at hand. Ceilings you touched on.
Yep.
Stove and kitchen. So kitchen being the hub. And I just keep hearing this message, liken the kitchen to our bodies. And I don't know the analogy there. I can honestly say I don't know what you're referring to there when you say liken the kitchen to your body, other than everything that's going on in my environment is being reflected in my body, in my inner world. So, what's in the kitchen, what's going on in the kitchen, what's happening. The one speaker we had this weekend, Summer, talked about eyesight and insight. And I've been asking the question, okay, what am I not seeing clearly? What am I missing? What am I not seeing clearly? And maybe it's shifting the question, because our friend Emily always talks about the question you ask is the most important part, because you're always going to get the answer. How do you create the question? So what's the question to ask? Anyway.
Well, and the kitchen is the heart of the home. So if your guides are telling you that it's likened to the physical body, then again, it's important to clean out the stuck or blocked energy in the kitchen, because if that's the heart of the home, the heartbeat of the home, then it needs clear life force energy to be flowing in throughout, just as our bodies need the oxygen and the clear flow of blood and nutrients and all of those things.
So maybe it's time to do a fall cleanse.
That would be the likening to the physical body, right? So how are you nourishing and or feeding the heartbeat of your home, which is the kitchen, the stove?
And maybe it's just time for a fall cleanse. Maybe that's what it's
and yes.
Internal and external cleanse at the same time.
And Selena, I'm so happy you're here today, because she says what we put inside our kitchen, we are what we eat, how we connect with our food on an energetic level, right? So again, there's many, many layers to how we can interpret these beautiful cards that always come up for us. And it can be something individually.
Perfect. Thank you, Selena. That's very, I want to say, astute.
It was so great to see her, wasn't it?
It was such a delight to see her. Excellent. All right. So we've talked about kitchen. We've talked about ceilings. Let's talk about stove. In particular, if that's where we're doing our preparation, do we liken the stove to our mental acuity? For me, that's where I do a lot of my preparation, but maybe it needs to be more heart-centered. So I'm just throwing out some ifs here.
Mhm.
If the stove is the center of the house and the heart is the center of the body, is it possible that all these cards came up specifically for Cheryl?
Well, and yeah,
But everybody's got
maybe
its own, right? It's for everybody at the same time, right? So
being heart centered,
heart-centered
right? Being heart centered in in
instead of
in in what we do.
in our heads, right?
Mhm.
In our
Mhm.
preparation. So in our preparation for next year's event, I
Mhm.
thought we were pretty heart-centered this year, but at the same time, when you're organizing something like that, it's a balance between the two.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. Well, you and I are, have to do some work on our kitchen and stoves and office and all of that stuff.
Internal and external, cleansing internally and
Uh,
externally.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because you know what? The chaos is going to come back to that calm, right?
yes, yes,
Is that like downsizing your stuff in your kitchen to have less stuff and more room for relaxation in your kitchen? Absolutely, Heather.
absolutely,
Heather has a beautiful
absolutely.
question. So, in your kitchen, those things that you have there are there for a purpose. They're there to serve you, to make your life
Mhm.
more enjoyable, to flow with ease and grace. So, in the kitchen, again, we always look at the results. What are showing up? Does it, when you go into the kitchen, do you feel energized and enthusiastic to create a meal? Or do you go into the kitchen with frustration and angst because you've got old pots and pans, or that one sticks and you can't find this in the cupboard, right? Like, what are the results that are showing up? And that is a clue as to, is it time for me to look through my kitchen space with a new set of eyes, with energetic eyes, and say, is this thing serving me, or is it creating frustration, angst, overwhelm? Is it keeping me out of the kitchen, keeping away that opportunity to create a beautiful meal that's going to nourish my body and bring my community of family together, feeling that heart center?
Mhm.
And you know what? Think about prayer, right? We used to pray out on our food when we were kids. We couldn't take a spoonful until mom or dad said the prayer. And so, what are we doing? We're setting our energy or our intention over the food, blessing it with a higher frequency vibration, that of love. So, it might be something like that, where again, we have to, as we're consciously preparing a meal, check in with ourselves and see how our energy level is in that moment.
Mm.
And are we imbuing that food that we're preparing for our family? Are we imbuing it with love and appreciation and gratitude? Or are we like, I gotta cook dinner again, and nobody's helping me, and I had a terrible day, right? All of that energy is going into the food that you're preparing. So
Very
yeah.
valid point. I also keep hearing corner cupboards, right? And congestion. And there is a mirror effect happening for somebody on this call, because I keep
Mhm.
seeing bottom corner cupboards and upper corner cupboards that are packed tight. So there's no energy flow and it's causing congestion and frustration. I don't know who that is that's watching us, but I keep getting these very, very strong images of that. So maybe that's something to look at, because are you feeling congestion? Are you feeling packed and scrunched and restricted? Maybe that's
Yeah.
the best word, feeling a little bit restricted in your life, because it's
Mhm.
being reflected in our environment always. Our inner world is being reflected in our outer world and vice versa. So who that is on this call, you need to look at your corner cupboards in your kitchen and start releasing some of that congestion.
And maybe you want to join us on the 21 day, right? We can hold you accountable and we can help you with that.
Well, and here's the thing that I love about the 21 day. It's 21 days where you're working with a group of other people. It's not 21 days of solid, because that seems overwhelming, right? The intention behind the 21 days is to give you a time frame in which to complete a project of decluttering. That's what the intention is behind it. Anita, you hear us talk about, Anita and I talk about 20 is plenty. So for 20 minutes, what can you do? And honestly, I'm pretty sure in 20 minutes, you can pull all of the stuff out of one of your corner cupboards, sort through it, wash it down, and put back only that which is serving you. It can be that simple, but we get attachments to things, and it's not necessary to be attached to a thing, because that's where the possession starts to control us.
Possessed. You're possessed by your possessions.
In Halloween, right? Well, there you go. Mate, that'd be kind of an interesting costume. Taking all your excess plastic containers and sewing it to something, and
nobody would understand it, but you and I.
You become a container.
Right? Walking down the street, clanking and clinging. Oh, okay.
Right. Anyway,
let's talk numbers. We got a few minutes left.
So we got
a 10, which is a 1, and a 6 and a 5, and there's a 21 is a 3.
There you go. What is 3, Anita?
Well, that happens to be the catalyst. The one thing that is going to move the needle. It's going to shift you in a different direction.
Making changes, sometimes using your wild imagination.
Ooh.
Adironda. Talent in the artistic realm. Being sociable, amusing, entertaining, and entertained. Very, very verbal in communication. And optimism, kindness, and a genuine desire to be of service.
Ooh, that sounds like us.
Asymmetrical and not in balance. Definitely us.
Yeah.
And that's from Double Digitology, Marilyn Harper, Joy Roby, who are in Dallas, Texas this weekend with their How to Channel Live, even if you think you can't event. Anyway, asymmetrical and out of balance. That's me right now. Are you reading some comments?
I'm just doing a few little replies. Heather said that she just finished cleaning her cupboards about a month ago, and it feels so good.
Who was that?
I feel good.
Who is that, Anita?
Oh, yes. I feel
Anita.
good.
Who said that?
Oh, Heather.
Heather. Good for you, Heather. Yay. All right. Well, it is the top of the hour. We thank you for joining us. We are, as you see over Anita's shoulder and her head, all in alignment, creating sacred spaces. And I just see your home, which is perfect, because that's what we've been talking about today, your home. Inner as well as physical. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, my friend Anita.
You know what?
What?
Next week is going to be the first Feng Shui Friday of the month.
You betcha. What does that mean?
Ooh, that means we do Oracle Feng Shui card readings for whoever puts their hand up. So,
tune in next Friday. Let us know beforehand if you would like us to do a reading for you, and we will be there. Happy.
Okay.
Probably coordinated. Maybe not. Have yourselves a great week. Thank you for joining us live on Facebook or #replay. Or if you've got comments, all of these episodes are on our YouTube channel as well. All in alignment. Usually. Yeah, we're kind of behind right now, but that's okay. There's still 100 or so on there.
That's right.
You got a few hours of watching entertainment, as we like to call it. Have yourselves a great week. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. Closing words, my friend?
Have a beautiful weekend and happy Halloween.
Right.
Oh, and full moon. We got some, and eclipse. Oh yeah,
my gosh.
we got some. Oh, you know what? I have to add this. I just got it. The sealing card. So the energies in the next few days is going to be a thinner sealing, a thinner opening to our higher consciousness and our creation and manifestation. Okay, there you go. There's another little
nugget. Yay.
Okay.
All right.
That's
On that note, have a fabulous week, all.